Our interference with Earth's fragile ecological balance has caused environmental calamities in the past. We are repeating the same mistakes in the present that promise equally devastating results in the future. We take a look at the catastrophic consequences of man-made eco-disasters in the making. Amazon, the monstrously large and an important planetary ecosystem, is more than just a forest. Described as the lung of the planet, the Amazon is a major carbon storage reserve. It is home to more than half of the world's estimated 10 million species of plants, animals and insects. 1/5 of the world's fresh water is in the Amazon basin. According to World Wide Fund, climate change and deforestation now threaten to wipe out nearly 60% of the Amazon forests by 2030. This is destined to spell doom for our planet's ecosystem. Through constant logging and slash-and-burn methods, this carbon dioxide repository will turn into carbon dioxide emitter, releasing carbon into the atmosphere, contributing to global warming. Resultant decline in rainfall has already led to severe droughts in a decade. The twin threats of deforestation and greenhouse gases could reduce the rainfall by up to 50 centimeters, and rise in temperatures of up to 7 degrees higher than today will kill off vast areas of what is now lush tropical forest, the world's richest wildlife habitat, endangering several exotic species and turning it into grassland or even desert. It would be disastrous for millions of people who have inhabited the Amazon over centuries and for the world climate. Due to large number of people living along coastal wetlands, the United States has lost 59,000 acres of vital wetlands each year from 1998 to 2004. More than half of U.S. population lives in coastal counties with densities 5 times greater than inland counties. Mississippi River Delta is a subtropical landscape of wetlands and lowland barrier islands fast getting eroded by construction of roads, homes and canals cut through wetlands to access oil and gas. In the times to come, heavier rainfall will erode the amount of salt in marshes, killing the plants that live in salt water and turning the marshes into mudflats prone to erosion. More so, rise in sea level and increasing frequency of storms and hurricanes will reduce the barriers significantly, making lowland Louisiana, including New Orleans, susceptible to devastating floods besides threatening fisheries, oil and gas reserves that serve the entire nation. The Great Barrier Reef structure is composed of and built by billions of tiny organisms known as coral polyps. The reef, which supports a wide diversity of life comprising vast types of rare and endangered species, faces most significant threat due to climate change, rise in ocean temperatures, salinity, acidity and other environmental factors that have led to mass coral bleaching. Coral reefs are the most vital indicator to the rise in ocean temperatures. 16% of the coral reefs have been lost in the last 5 years and 27% have been left seriously endangered across the world. Rise in temperature by just 1 degree or more and the reefs begin to die. This could affect the temperature and habitat of various species that thrive on the coral reefs, besides putting hundreds of billions of dollars worth related to tourism industry at risk. Without immediate attention and swift remedy, the various reefs around the world will not survive the century. Hailed as one of the engineering feats of the 20th century, the Three Gorges Dam across China's mighty Yangtze River now threatens to become an environmental catastrophe. For more than a decade, China has promoted the world's biggest hydroelectric project as the best way to end centuries of floods along the basin of Yangtze River and to provide energy to fuel the country's economic boom. The dam, which had already displaced 1.3 million people, now threatens to displace many more. Studies by geologists have shown that water seeping out of the reservoir and the huge pressure changes are already weakening the banks. The shore of the reservoir has collapsed in several places. Landslides have produced waves as high as 50 meters. A few years back, an entire mountain along a tributary collapsed, dragging 13 farmers to their deaths and drowning 11 fishermen. Aquatic life has been destroyed. Above everything else, the government too recognizes the ecological and environmental deterioration that could lead to catastrophic consequences if no preventive measures were taken. In what has been termed as the potential AIDS for the bee industry, bees are dying in Germany and the United States. Bee colonies have disappeared by 25% in Germany, whereas in some places, colonies have decreased by 80%. The world's pollinating bee army is dwindling sharply in what many call as the colony collapse disorder. Scientists believe that the large-scale use of genetically modified plants may have caused this disease. A bacterial toxin present in genetically modified corn used within the United States weakens the bee immune system, making the bees succumb and as a result die by contracting different types of infections and fungi. The crisis has the potential to have devastating consequences for the beekeeping industry. The bees are a vital agent in pollinating plants. In fact, 1/3 of man's food supply would not exist without some type of insect pollination. Their absence could lead to a drastic drop in the levels of food production and threaten the very food we eat.